Thanks for staying with us here on Sunrise in this segment of When I Grow Up. Our coding enthusiasts, Israel, Aaron, and Caleb, along with our chess queens, Gabriella and Ariel, will be learning about the wonderful world of gaming development presented by virtual reality CEO Gregory Moore. He's all about designing immersive video games and virtual adventures that gamers love. From character creation to complex game mechanics, ensuring every level and challenge feels real and exciting. So, in his brilliant pair of Clarks, over to you, Gregory.
Gregory!
Hi, morning, everybody. All right, so we're here to talk about video games. My name is Gregory Moore, and I basically play and use video games, create video games for a living. I'll let you in on a little secret. The video game industry is the largest form of entertainment in the world. So you guys know movies, right? The movie industries, you know, movie stars make a lot of money. Music, persons in the music industry, artists, they make a lot of money, but the gaming industry makes more money than the movies and the music industry combined. So that's a fun fact, right? So with our company, we specialize in making games for our clients. So, for example, if you've ever been to an expo, or if you've ever been to like a trade show and you see screens all around where you can touch them, the different interactive games, we create those kind of games. We also create mobile games, right? And our clients pay us money to create really nice games for their patrons and their customers to enjoy themselves, and it will attract them to their booth. Another thing that we do is virtual reality. So we create games for virtual reality. Anybody has ever tried virtual reality before? So virtual reality is like extremely immersive. So we will create an environment for persons to dive into those environments and play interactive stuff, right? So, I mean, it's a huge industry. I think it's something that is very important. And, you know, I'm going to speak a little bit about how you create video games. I mean, does anybody have any idea what goes into video games? I know, how are you doing that? Israel, right? Right, so give me an idea what goes into the creation of video games.
Like when you put code into a computer and you instruct it to make the character move and turn left, turn right, and that kind of stuff, and go forward and backwards and jump.
Excellent, excellent. So right, so coding. So you guys play around with coding, right? So you have platforms online, something there's a platform that we use, because I have kids and I teach them how to code as well. So you have a platform online called Scratch. So you guys can look up Scratch if you want to create your little game. You can always go on Scratch and put in your code and let your characters move around and create mini games. So there are many different components that go into creating a video game. So you do have the coding, but you still have to have your characters, you still have to have your stages, you still have to have your levels, you still have to have your music. So, you know, sometimes it's good to have a little team. If you know somebody that knows how to compose music or they create songs on the phone or the devices, they can create music for your games. If you know somebody who knows how to draw well or has like a drawing tablet, they can draw the characters, because you can have the code, but the code is just basically text, right? So you need to be able to have things that you're going to code. So there are two ways in which you can create your characters or your levels. You have 2D levels and you have 3D levels. Anybody has done any drawing in 2D or use art like Photoshop or anything like that? So you can create your characters with 2D software, or you can use 3D software, right? And from you create those characters, you move those characters into your game development platform. Anybody knows any game development platforms? Ever heard of Unity or Unreal Engine? Most games are made right now with Unreal Engine. It's a free platform you can download on your computer, and it comes with a lot of characters and stages that you can try out, right? So once you blend your coding with your characters, then you'll be able to start making your game. So there's a lot of studios, large studios overseas that make billions of dollars creating these games, because I'm sure you guys play a lot of games, right? So you have to pay money to purchase these games, right? And Jamaica is actually moving forward in this digital revolution. So there's a lot of little game studios opening up in Jamaica. Our studio is located at the University of Technology. and we have a team of about 5 persons that we're there every day, creating games, we're coming up with cool ideas. Our clients call us all the time, what's the latest thing that you have? And then we have to do demonstrations, show them what we're working with, and then they will decide if they're gonna hire us or not. Another fun thing about having a game development studio is that you get to play games every day. So every single day we're there playing a game. When we get tired of looking at the computer just typing, we just jump on our driving simulator, drive games, we play a lot of FIFA, play a lot of fighting games, and we also host our little mini tournaments. So, you know, that's a basic introduction to the gaming industry, to the game development. It's something that you have to work hard at because sometimes you have a lot of issues, a lot of errors that come up, and you just have to work. Sometimes we have to sleep over at the studio to try and fix issues that come up. But it's really fun, and we have a love for video games. I always tell people that I was born with a game controller in my hand, so I love video games, and you know, we just push hard to try and make our business a success. So yeah, that's an introduction to the game industry. Anybody has any questions for me? Yeah, sure.
What's the coolest thing you're making right now?
Okay, so it's a little top secret, but we're actually working on a game that would involve slingshots, and we'll have different teams on different levels, you know, using slingshots too. It's kind of like a slingshot tag game. But it will be Jamaican based. I can't give too much secrets out for the game, but that's kind of what we're working on, and we're hoping it's going to be a big success, especially for the youngsters to host tournaments and stuff like that. Yeah, go ahead.
So you mentioned the process that
Right.
goes into building the games, the coding, the characters, the music. How long would you say does it take to really have all that done, that whole process? Does it take a few weeks? Does it take a few months? Does it depend on the game? What really goes into that?
Oh, that's a great question. So it really depends on the game that you're making. I mean, it has taken us maybe the shortest game we've made. We made a game for a client, a client at the bank for an expo. Anybody knows Subway Surfer, right? So we made a game similar to Subway Surfer. It was called Scotia Protector, and we had to create this character, and he had to be dressed in the clothes, the brand, everything. It took us about 3 days and nights, so you know, we slept over for that one because the time was short. Took us about 3 days to make that, but then that was just because it was pretty basic, you know, slide, dodge, that kind of thing, avoid obstacles, and you had to kind of earn money along the way. But it really depends on how complex the game is or the size of the project. It can take weeks. Some studios, it takes years, and they even miss the deadlines for years because of bugs. Right? So, but for us, I would say between 3 days to a couple of weeks for the types of games that we make. Go ahead, Israel.
You mentioned about how some companies miss the deadline in years because of problems and bugs. What happens to a game if you find a problem or a virus in it?
Okay, so that's a good question. Well, we don't find viruses in the games. We generally just find bugs, and that's usually coding errors. And sometimes that happens because of fatigue. So if we realize that we're like 8, 10, 12 hours in coding, we generally, and we can't fix the problem, we generally just take a break, maybe sleep, maybe play some games, and then we go back and try to figure it out. We generally always get it right, but sometimes it just requires us to rest a little and take a break, you know? Sometimes you have to give your body a break, you have to give your mind some rest, and then the problem, you'll be able to figure out the problem.
I was wondering how many games over the whole time that you've been doing this business, how many in total, if you're able to give me an estimate or a specific number, games you guys have created?
Oh, sure. I would say we've probably done about 12 to 15 applications, and this we don't just make games just for entertainment purposes. We also do gamification. So gamification, I'm not sure if you guys know what gamification is, but it's basically blending or using video game techniques to bring across or to achieve a certain goal, whether it's in education or whether it's for a business. So one recent example is that we did a project with Denham Town, and we created a gamified map of Denham Town that we used Unity, a video game engine, to create that map, and you will be able to interact with it and talk to the characters, etc. So it just depends. But about 12 to 15 projects we've done so far.
Lovely, awesome sauce. And very good question, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. Yeah. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But sir, may I just ask you, we're talking about coding, and I'm sure the parents at home are looking at it and probably they're very interested. And when I hear billions of dollars that can be made, you piqued my interest.
Yes.
What subjects would somebody need to get into coding?
Well, it requires a lot of critical thinking and problem solving.
Yes.
So mathematics is very important.
Key.
You know, it's all algorithms, and you know, there's a lot of problem solving, coding, typing, that kind of thing. So I would say mathematics is very important. Also a good command of the English language, because you have to be able to learn the programming language itself.
Yes.
And then science subjects are important. But a very important part of video game development is creativity.
Yeah.
So exploring the artistic side of life is important. Just being in the creative spaces. Music is important as well. So anything in the creative arts as well as critical subjects.
All right,
Awesome.
good job, lovely.
You know what I always tell people? Look here. If you want to just develop your child's ability to reason and solve problems generally, expose them to coding. Because it's about problem solving.
Right,
and it's about strategy. So it's a good...
Right, and it's for boys and girls. So just let that be clear.
Yes,
Like if you're good at chess, you could be very good at coding.
Coding.
Because
Go Gabrielle. Go Ariel. See
I'm
that?
just saying.
Anybody plays chess here? You play chess? Who plays chess? Oh, that's great.
Look at that, see?
Lovely, lovely.
Good stuff,
All
good
right.
stuff.
Strategy
You enjoyed that?
and
You learned
problem
something
solving.
today? Lovely. All right, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you so very much. And thank you so much, sir, for sharing with us all here today. Lots of thanks to everybody, to all of you. And yeah, it's time for us to code on up out of here. Paka, paka.
Yeah.
Paka, paka.
Paka.
You see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is time to leave.
To leave the scene, okay? It is time to go now.
It is time to go. To Spidania.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, we're learning. We're learning.
Russia. Hey,
So-
the Russian nice, you know.
Yeah, it have a
was a
vibe.
nice little
Yeah,
show. It was
have
a
a
nice
nice
show
vibe,
today.
have a
I
nice
hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. But off we must go. Remember, there's plenty more CVM for you to stay right here. And if you missed some of your favorite parts or you want to rewatch some stuff, hop on over to YouTube, CVMTV. We're right there. Also, for everything in between, we've got you covered on Instagram at SunriseCVM, at CVM_television.
That is right. That is it. And of course, support the Jamaica Chess Federation, guys. Go to their
Yes.
website. They're off to Hungary in just Budapest in just a little while. And you know, we want to definitely support them and celebrate them. So please put your money where your mouth there and let's celebrate our chess. Remember that kindness is karma. So make sure you be as kind as you possibly can. Love yourself, love others, and find your way back here to CVM Sunrise tomorrow morning, because Tamaidi is going to be in the house. Take care, guys. Have a blessed day.
Take
Love
care.
you all. Mwah. Bye.
Blessings are flow and we living it up. I keep on going, I cannot give up. I cannot give up. Tap 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 tap